Hi and welcome to Black Belt Guitar. This lesson is going to be on strumming the guitar. Strumming is where you strike all the strings or most of the strings at the same time. It's very common on the guitar. There's two ways to make a sound on the guitar. One of them is strumming the guitar and the other one is plucking the strings. So strumming is where you're playing a group of notes. Plucking is normally when you're playing just individual notes. So plucking is to do with notes sounding together, which we call harmony, and plucking is to do with notes sounding individually, which is normally called melody. So what we're going to do to start with is just understand the mechanics of a strum. So a strum's basically, what you're doing is you're very quickly plucking all the strings so quickly at the end up that it sounds like they're all just sounding at the same time. So what happens mechanically when you're doing it is you start on the top string and you just flick your wrist down, and what you're trying to do is get the same sound at the top as the bottom, the same volume. Shouldn't sound like this. Should be nice and everything should sound the same. All the notes should sound the same volume and the same tone. It shouldn't be. If it sounds like that, you need to do a bit more practice. So again, just to recap, you're dusting all the strings and your hand, your wrist's just flicking through. So just to think a little bit about the mechanics of it, it's important that you accelerate your wrist through when you're playing, because the momentum of your hand will run out if you don't speed up through it. So you're trying to accelerate your wrist through all the strings so they all sound the same, and you're just looking to dust the strings. You shouldn't dig your hand or your plectrum in too much, because if you dig in too much to the strings you'll get a lot of buzzing and a lot of variation in tone. You're just trying to dust over the strings when you're doing it. Okay, so that's a down strum. So an up strum is basically the same, but it's much harder for some reason. I don't really know why, but people find it a lot harder to strum up than they do to strum down. So what you're doing when you're going up, again, is you're just coming up the way. Now, it's quite important to think about the hand that you're using or a plectrum you're using. When you're going down, your plectrum should be angled down the way, and when you're coming up, it should be angled up the way, because that way there's less resistance. If you're going down and your plectrum's facing down the way, the chances are you're going to get a lot more resistance. So your plectrum or your hand should be facing in the direction that you're going in. So when you're going down, your hand's pointing down the way. When you're going up, your hand or your fingers your plectrum or your fingers pointing up the way. So what I want you to get to the point of doing is, so that's kind of individual. You can hear all the notes individually. That's the first step. So just want you to practice going. So you're going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then it's simply a process of speeding that up. And what I'm doing here is I'm just resting this hand on the guitar, and that takes away any noise. So we're just really isolating the strumming hand so we can concentrate on that. Just now we don't want to worry too much about this hand. It's all about this hand. So what I want you to practice doing is to put your hand on the guitar, and you get your left hand's on the guitar, and anywhere on the guitar, it doesn't matter where, and the object of the left hand is just to keep the strings dead. So what we're trying to do is turn the guitar into a sort of percussion instrument, just so we can isolate the mechanics of the strum. So what I want you to do is just go down 4 times. So we're going to go down, 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 down. It should just sound dead like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. So I just want you to practice that. Just try and take a dead sound, but you can hear all the, you're hitting all the strings, and you notice my wrist's kind of flicking through, and always my wrist, if you watch, it's always coming back to where it started. It doesn't go down there and stop, it comes back to where it started. Okay, so now what I want you to do is practice going down, 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 and then down, up. Okay, so down, 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 up. The down, 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 down one will be figure 1 on the worksheet. This one will be figure 2. So it will just be signified on the worksheet as an arrow pointing down for a downstroke and an arrow pointing up for an upstroke. So the first exercise is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a good idea and a good method to hit the guitar with conviction. Always hit it like you mean it. Don't go. Always hit it with conviction and follow through. So that the first exercise is down, 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 down. The next one's down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. The next exercise is down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And exercise 4 is down, up, 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 down, up. The next exercise, exercise 5, is going to be down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And once you've got the hang of that, what I want you to do is practice going. And just run through the whole, all the exercises with this hand off, and try and pay attention.